few years ago, there was a streamer, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. If I got a girl's number on Fresh and Fit, he tried to do the same thing. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he just wanted to be famous, and that turned out to be a homosexual obsession.
Andrew Tate is making specific and highly controversial accusation against Sneako. Tate claims Sneako was not just copying him, but was personally and sexually obsessed with him. That accusation turns what could be normal fallout into something more humiliating and personal.
He came to Romania with two people who I respect very much, Myron and Fresh, great guys. They managed to convince me to allow him to come. He came there and started acting really fruity and really weird. He started telling me that he had this cuck thing that was exposed. He had this big cuck scandal, and he asked me what I think about cucking and if it's normal to explore your sexuality and if I've ever tried it. And I said, look, I'm older than you, bro, and I've never tried that. I don't think that's normal.
Andrew Tate built his name telling men to stay in control, stay cold, and never let emotions take over. Now he's in a public meltdown with Sneako, someone who was once closely tied with him. What should have stayed is now turning into messy public split, and both of them look worse every time they speak. Tate pushed the fallout into public view by claiming that Sneako had copied him for years, and that obsession went beyond content. Sneako fired back by claiming the material being spread is fake. He argued that sharing old private images crosses a serious line. This moved the conflict past normal creator drama. It became a total breakdown where both men are simply trying to destroy what is left of each other's reputations.
Isn't it normal just to try new things? Don't you think it's normal to be curious? How do you know if you're really gay or not unless you've tried being gay? And then I realized he was coming on to me. And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore. Because I don't like this gossip girl stuff. I don't want to be a drama merchant like he is. My brand isn't sitting online and constantly insulting other people like his is.
Sneako answered by trying to pull the story out of Tate's hands. Instead of focusing only the accusation, he pointed old clips, said some of the images were shared were fake, and brought up private photos from when he was 17. His response was less about denying every insult one by one, and more about showing how ugly the fallout had become. And once the fight reached that point, this stopped being about who was right. It became about who could embarrass the other one more in public. Tate keeps trying to sound above the drama, but that image falls apart the second he starts feeding it. You cannot say you hate gossip while turning a private fallout into public humiliation.
Because I don't like this gossip girl stuff. I don't want to be a drama merchant like he is. My brand isn't sitting online and constantly insulting other people like his is. So I thought, let me just cut him off. He's obsessed with me. He's a bit weird. I don't want to ruin the guy's career. Let me just go his own separate way.
That contradiction sits right at the center of this whole feud. Tate wants to look like a bigger man while still keeping the fight alive. Sneako, meanwhile, is trying to explain the whole thing as a backlash against his growth.
I want to speak about what's happening right now. So I'm not going to harp on this stuff forever. There's been other attacks and other doxing. And the point is, and I was speaking about this yesterday, the attempt of this attack is demoralization. They want me to be demoralized and they want to destroy my life from the inside out so that I stop streaming because they can't defeat what I'm talking about. They understand that it's powerful. They wouldn't be attacking me if this message wasn't powerful, this message of love speech, of unity, of Goyim uniting.
Whatever explanation each side gives, this feud looks like a lot more personal than ideological. This is not a clash of ideas. It is simply a relationship that broke down in public. The story moves to Tate and his views on knowledge, where he explains that reading is something he cannot do. But the deeper the problem here is not just the argument, it is the whole feud is exposing about both of them.
Reading books is a very cheap way to, I guess, entertain. I wouldn't call it entertainment because my brain is far too advanced. I'm too smart to read. I'm not gonna sit there and go, smart people read. No, I need action. I need constant chaos in my life to feel content. I need to be driving a supercar and fucking fighting, fucking a bunch of hoes and champagne and going crazy. I can't just sit there, and the pirate on the boat. Like, it's for people with slow brain.
Tate still wants to present himself as a man with all the answers. Yet he openly mocks one of the most basic ways people learn anything at all. That only makes the split with Sneako look worse. Sneako spent years backing someone who now seems completely comfortable tearing him apart in public.
I wish him well. No matter how much he insults me, how much he wants to be me, he'll never be me. He's never respected like I am. He'll never achieve the heights of fame that I achieve. He'll never surpass me in any realm, no matter what.
This feud is making both of them look worse. Tate looks bitter. Sneako looks exposed. And when two men who built their brands on strength pride, and control start dragging each other in public. People stop seeing power and start seeing weakness. Tate has spent years selling the image of dominance, but right now this feud looks like a lot more like decline than control. And the more both of them keep talking, the harder it becomes to pretend either one is coming out of this stronger. Subscribe now and Tate will believe you're obsessed with him. I will see you in the next one.